we're in Mea Sharim. It's the ultra-Orthodox neighborhood of Jerusalem where my brother lives, and we're going to see my brother. And I think we're going to Malav Malka, which is a party after the Sabbath. we're going to say the blessings the end of Shabbat.
And why in the middle of the night?
I think it's more. I think the intention behind it matters more. He asked me if we're going to do these blessings for the end of Shabbos in the middle of the night.
wash the malka, or you're not in the mood to do that before in the morning?
Are you doing Malav Malka right now, or what are you doing right now?
I'm preparing for my malka. So, are you gonna wash? You want me to put a bread in the oven for you, or you know?
Would you like some water? And do you have another cup?
Yeah. I just put them this way. This will come the cups through.
Now, you.
I'll be.
Well, give me a minute. So do you do this every Shabbat
Yes.
in this way, in this specific way? Is there? I mean, is everybody doing it like this?
Not exactly.
Do you doing this like this?
I'm kind of at a beginning stage of.
Transit bay.
I probably won't get to this specifically, but I think now I see a lot of kavana, which is kind of like an intention. I know a lot of rituals, but there's always more to learn.
Do you admire your brother for the things he's doing, the way he's doing it?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I always did, but I mean, I think I have now a little bit more of an understanding of why he does it like that. I'm not saying I agree with it, but it's not my business, if what I did was between me and my brother, I'd be in big trouble, and if what he did was between me and him, he'd be in big trouble. So a good thing we have God to keep us from that. Although I have a feeling, no, I'm not.
What was this ceremony about it anyway? Like this candle and the specific way it is like, the specific way it is made. So and the wine and the peppermint.
He could probably tell you more about the specifics of the ceremony. I could tell you more about what this stuff means to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Personally, but I think it's. I think the light of the Shabbat candles is, it brings shalom bayit, it brings like peace to the home, and I think ending the Sabbath with light, and is bringing the light of the Sabbath, the light of the Shabbat candles, just Sabbath candles into the new week, and I'm not even sure what all the blessings mean or why they're specifically put in. Very, very intelligent rabbis who are very learned and very, and spent a lot of time thinking about this stuff. About, they put the prayers together. So I don't know all the reasonings behind it. It's a lot of stuff that I've yet to study, but I think it's good it's a good way to like start your week, when God gave us the commandments that Shabbos was like a special. The Sabbath was like a special treasure. It was like one of his most special treasures in the storehouse of treasures. If you imagine it as if it was a king. God is a king, and he has a storeroom full of treasure. Shabbos was Shabbat, and Sabbath was one of the greatest treasures. And I think it's the day of rest. It's the day to kind of like really think about what we did with our last week, and we're going to move forward with our next week, and really take time to be with our souls and ourselves and our families, and for me, I think that's bringing that the personal thing into the week is important, so you don't end up a slave to something other than like yourself, or what you need, your building of consciousness, or whatever it is you want to call it.
Could you say that in one sentence?
I think the Sabbath is all about peace with yourself and your surroundings and being present, and it has a bunch of rules to force you to step out of your routine, of your daily routine, and bringing that presence into your daily routine, kind of keeps you sane. And I think that's what that whole ceremony is to kind of remind you to bring your presence, bring that peace and the present and the feeling of the Sabbath into your work week. It's called Derech Eretz Kadma LeTorah, which is like your work is your work with the land is a step towards learning the Torah. So, when you have a day that's all about Torah, like bringing that into it creates a balance, between your spiritual and your physical realities. Allows you to, find balance. I don't know. I wish there was more art in here. Although it in itself is beautiful. I feel like my brother is kind of a character in an oil painting painted hundreds of years ago, which is a beautiful painting. But I wish there was more paintings inside this painting.
Schonk me aus, Ulani. Schonk me aus, Ulani. Ibafrani, Musaros Tobois, Isamachani, Munimam Humbos, Multumani, Shamusoni.